Today we're watching the Law and Crime Network, a video titled, Engaged Teacher Caught Making Out with a 5th Grade Boy Has Wedding Called Off. Police. And this one features Chris Hansen, because last time we did a video talking about a woman preying on young teenage boys, the initial comments were, like, oh my God, this is terrible. But as they went on, more and more of those comments that we were expecting started coming about. Oh, yeah, these boys, they're not victims. No. So maybe Chris Hansen here explaining it to you will get through to some people. Anyway, let's watch.
An elementary school teacher out of Wisconsin has just been arrested for allegedly making out with an 11-year-old student. We sit down with renowned predator catcher Chris Hansen.
11-year-old.
Yeah, 11-year-old. I am curious what the comment section is going to say, like, after all the sane people have commented, since, like, this is not like a blonde-haired girl in her yoga pants like the last one was, right?
Right, exactly.
Because that seems to have a very profound impact on the internet's opinion on whether or not they're a predator or not, strangely enough.
Stupid.
Madison Bergmann, a 24-year-old elementary school teacher out of Wisconsin, has been accused of making out with her 11-year-old student. 5th grade, Rivercrest Elementary School. Oh, and here's the kicker. She was supposed to be married to her longtime boyfriend this July.
Man.
Wow.
Let's make some jokes. Imagine being this dude. Oh. Honey, I love you so much, more than anyone in the world. Let's get married. By the way, I'm cheating on you with an 11-year-old kid.
With an 11-year-old. Don't worry, honey. You're the man I want. But that's the boy I want.
Oh, boy. Okay.
The boy apparently revealed that they talked every day. The parents found text messages between the two. And the conversations apparently reveal that there were several encounters between this teacher and student. But there's more.
There's more? What? Okay.
What?
I mean, I'm kind of hoping to stop there because, like, just messages and then the making out. And I'm hoping that's not going to go any further than that.
Right.
They got it soon enough,
And also handwritten notes where Bergmann allegedly admitted to how much she enjoyed being intimate with the boy, namely him touching her.
Jesus Christ.
No way.
All right.
And there's written notes because you're in middle school. He's at that point where it's actually still elementary school, right? Where you write the notes like, do you like me? Circle yes or no.
Goodness. I guess this is a point that I made several times in the last time we did an older female going after male children, is that a lot of people out there think of it like from the point of view from the boy, and like men put themselves into his shoes and be like, heck yeah, man, he's getting out there making out with his teacher, living the dream. But you got to think about it from the other way around, from this 24-year-old woman is going after 11-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Like, right, put it into perspective here, how, like, messed up that is.
Jacked up that is.
And jacked up you are if you think that that's cool for him. Like,
for real.
Good Lord.
He wrote, quote, one of my cousins is in the 5th grade, and I can't imagine a man talking to her how we talk. I know we have a special relationship, and I do love you more than anyone in the world, but I have to be the adult here and stop.
She loves... Oh, she's getting married, Dane, but she loves this 5th grader more than anyone in the world. Just I have to be the adult here and stop.
Yeah. Oh. No kidding, lady. No kidding.
Wow. Revelation of the century right there.
You mean the child can't be the adult here? What do you mean?
Crazy.
How?
Wow.
How?
She's being she's literally being the bigger person and stopping this.
God.
But the thing is, like, if this was reversed, if this was like a man going after a young lady, people would freaking they'd be trying to shoot this dude. It'd be
Absolutely.
It'd be over. But it's such an odd thing when it's the reverse.
Ha ha ha, bro! I just want to make out with you. The teacher is accused of replying with, "I do too." Like all the time.
Oh my God!
Oh
like
boy.
all the time.
Let's talk about this with renowned predator catcher Chris Hansen.
Bring him in here. Bring in Chris Hansen. God, turn down your exposure, Chris. Good Lord.
He's a little blown out.
A nuke just hit the background.
There's something going on in in the world of teachers and students that I have never seen before in my 42 years of being a journalist. And so you have to wonder, is this reality feeding off of fantasy, which I think it is?
Oh yeah. This is definitely fantasy stuff. Like,
Oh yeah.
I've talked about this several times too. You go to the hub and like something on there is going to be like my stepsister or my stepmom or something that's the fantasy of like a young going through puberty boy who's going to watch it all day.
Right.
Like, my stepmom's stuck in the washing machine or stuff like that. And then on her end, also, she has all the power. She's playing the fantasy of being like, oh, his first love, like. There's so many different like things that it could be, but it seems obvious that it's something like that.
It devastates a family. And for what? To have this fantasy? I mean, obviously something goes on in the mind of someone like this where they're either trying to recreate a pleasant situation in their past. There's a need to recreate this, or it's a power trip.
Yeah, that's what Chris, he's on this. Yeah, this pretty much sums up what I was trying to say earlier. He's long-winded about it.
Yeah.
So one thing I was thinking about when he was going through and talking about like how she thinks and everything, but from all the To Catch a Predator we watch, they don't feel like they're doing, like they know they're doing something wrong, right? But they just don't seem to care enough to not do it.
That's so messed up, dude. Like think about what happens to the kid, right? Like how messed up the kid's gonna be, because Chris mentioned, like how much therapy do you gotta put the kid in? What about the dude who's supposed to marry her too? You know what I mean? Like, there's gonna be trauma there too, bro. Like he's done, bro.
Everything.
Yeah.
But still, it's just the fact that if the punishment was a little more severe, maybe they would go, maybe I shouldn't risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I know it's wrong, and well, that's a long time in jail, so maybe I won't.
Yeah.
But now these slap on the wrist, and especially like in the reverse sense, right? Like, are these women even getting charged as much as the men usually do?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
And that's the crazy part.
A lot of the times the female perpetrator or the female suspect is married.
We had one in Tennessee where the accused teacher was married to a sheriff's deputy.
Oh.
What? A teacher did this and she was married to a deputy?
to have power over this kid in the classroom, and then to have him in her car or in a cloakroom or wherever this is going on, to kiss and have him.
Dang, Chris just brought up the cloakroom.
The cloakroom?
I think most people watching this are too poor to know what a cloakroom is.
Yeah, teach me.
Cloakroom is a room which outer garments, hats, umbrellas. It's the closet, like the jacket closet, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Go hide in the cloakroom.
When they apparently invited her on a skiing vacation with the family, they exchanged numbers, and that's how this young boy and this teacher were starting to communicate.
So the family got money? Is that part of the fantasy? So much money they invite their teacher on a skiing trip with them, they get the rich white folk parents. Yes, let's go on a skiing trip and have some wine. The slopes are nice today. Yes. Oh yes, the cloakroom. You can borrow that
after tea.
Oh, it's good to see you and our son getting along so well together.
You do that voice so good.
Yes. I've been practicing, Dane. I've been practicing. I got to practice my rich man laugh too.
We certainly knew the teachers. We were friendly with them at school activities and fundraisers and things like that. And never did I suspect of any sort of untoward relationship or conduct.
So Chris is going through just like, just community trust of like the people that are like teaching your kids and like, like coaches and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, you never know. You just don't know who's up to no good. And like, we got kids now, and it's like a very common thing. Like people just don't do sleepovers because you don't know. Everything could seem fine, but then something terrible happens. Or, well, there's this video, like the dad walks in and he's like, hey, I'm bringing my daughter in here, just so you know, not being weird. And there's a dude in there, like standing in the corner, like washing his hands. And he's like, yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
Anything from a guitar teacher to a tutor. You know, I had my own background check, but not everybody has, access to the things I have access to.
Chris is flexing everybody right there. He's out there running background checks on people.
I mean, not everybody's got, the FBI, CIA in their pocket, you know what I mean? But,
It has damage that has an impact for many years to come. I mean, this kid has been exposed to things at the age of 11, 12 that they shouldn't be exposed to. And now the parents had to deal with all that.
I think another misconception, as far as I'm aware, is that like what kind of damage it actually does to the young boys. Like people think of like when damage, like, oh, they're traumatized, they're like, they're triggered, they're shaking in the corner kind of thing. No, it's like they're exposed to something like that and then become like perverts as they get older. And then they themselves end up preying on people. And there's like a cycle to it. To where like
what's
they
the
are
saying?
victim.
Hurt people hurt people.
Yeah, it's that, and that's like the level when I talk about the young boys like going through this stuff that I'm worried about. I'm not worried about them being like, oh no, I got laid, because that's what everybody talks about in the comments. It's like, oh yeah, high five and all that. But it's not. It's bad. It is bad. You're pretty much cheering for this individual's potential downfall in the future. When they are just been exposed to things they should not be exposed to for a long time.
Yeah. And then, on the parental side, I imagine the stress it could put on the relationship between the parents and the child now, it's like he was taken advantage of. So, now they're going to be extra cautious and, he may feel like they don't trust him. And, what I'm saying? Just issues like that can spiral off later in life and be a thing, So
yeah, and then even having like a functional like dating somebody for the first time at like the age of 13 or something, having like a girlfriend and what he's already experienced and it's
and expecting that, you know what I mean, to another girl, and that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's
God.
Doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon, despite our investigations, despite the awareness, and it says to me that there is an unprecedented level of this activity going on online and on some of these social media platforms. And
bruh, it's everywhere. it's freaking everywhere. Where's Puff Daddy at? Where's his court case at? When's that happening? Kendrick Lamar and Drake have been fighting so much, I almost forgot about it.
You can debate the jail time and is that proper punishment without any prior history of this. It seems, depending on the jurisdiction, it seems like it's headed for a plea with lengthy probation register.
I hate that it matters. Like, dude, has she ever done this? Is this her first time? Well, we can let her go, I guess. We'll wait until she has
like this. That's crazy.
We'll wait until she has a couple more notches on her fifth grader belt, before we lock her up.
Before we give her 2 years.
Yeah.
It's not a Romeo and Juliet situation. This isn't a college undergraduate teaching assistant involved with a 17 or 18-year-old freshman. This is a child, plain and simple, being exploited and preyed upon by an adult. That's end of story.
That's it. That's the end of that story of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, leave a comment, do all that cool stuff. Today's your birthday. Happy birthday. So here's my friends. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.